Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Takara Tomy figure, and it's Transformer Bumblebee, and it is a Toys R Us exclusive, even though this one is actually not in the US, it's in Canada. I bought this off eBay for close to about 100, I think it was around 90, something like that, shipped. So yeah, there's the box from the front. And then on the back, so let's take a look at the figure itself. Alright, and here I have Bumblebee outside the packaging, and let's see how tall he is first. He stands about 7 inches in height. So I think he's pretty much a human alliance size. And there he is from the front. And let's get a closer look at his head sculpt. Nicely done. Does have light piping, so if you have light shining from the back, you would see his eyes light up. And his face mask is it's built into the helmet, so once you pop the top section off, you could slide the visor down and give him the battle mask. Let's get a good look at him. Paint job on him is really nice, and there's his cannon arm. It is detachable. This front piece here is removable, and you could switch out, flip his hand back out. And there's the rest of him. There's the license plate. And then around the hips, he does have ratcheting joints. It is very strong. He has a swivel joint around the thigh, and then ratcheting joint around the knees, and then there's a pivot around the ankles. And he does have metal pieces. The toe section, that's made out of metal, and then the silver piece up here is also made out of metal. Same on this side. And here's a side view of Bumblebee. I like how everything tugged in nicely, especially around the chest area. The top of the hood and the windshield and the back of the windshield also, it folds nicely together and it tugs right into his chest section. And there is a swivel joint around the waist. Does have articulated fingers. And one thing I really like about this Bumblebee is are these legs. They're tugged in, they're built together nicely, put together. The calf piece here, even though it's, if you look in, you can see it's hollow, but still it feels very compact and solid. And here's B from the back side. And this metal, this silver piece is also made out of metal. And up the legs. It looks really nice from the back side as well. There are not a lot of holes or anything like that. It feels very solid. Here's a top view of Bumblebee and those arms. They are on ball hinge joints. Even though they aren't ratcheting joints, they're still really good. And you can see there's rotation around the elbows and just a swivel joint around the wrist section. And to put his battle mask down, all you need to do is flip the top of his head all open, and then just flip this battle mask piece down. And once you flip this piece down, just close the head. And there you have a battle mask version of Bumblebee. I have the Human Alliance version. I I don't have it with me at the moment. I believe the Human Alliance is very similar to this version. Not even sure, maybe it's the exact same one. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. That's quite a few years ago since I messed with the Human Alliance Bumblebee, and but this one is really nice. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. And he does have a head articulation as well. He could actually look up. Not a whole lot, but that's about all he could look up. And then on the base of the neck, there's a swivel joint, so he can rotate his head. It's not a ball joint type of motion, but still, it gives him a little bit of range motion. And here's one last look before I transform him to vehicle mode. One last look from the back side. Very stable figure. And here's actually how far you can bend his knees. You can see the hips could go all the way up a little over 90 degrees, and then the knees about 90 degrees, and there is a swivel joint around the thigh section. Ankle articulation as well. Again. Alright, and here I got Bumblebee in vehicle mode, and let's see how long this vehicle is. It's about 6.25 inches in length. So there it is, there's the Camaro. Let's get a closer look at it. It's got a little scuff mark up here. I'm not sure where that came from. On the side, you can see the word Camaro. And there's the rest of the vehicle. On focus. There we go. And here's a look at the bottom of the vehicle. And one thing I didn't like is the arm cannon. This piece here doesn't sit on the bottom. Doesn't sit on the bottom of the vehicle or anything like that. So it's just a separate piece. I'm not sure where. I mean, inside the box it was packaged separately. It wasn't like plugged onto the bottom of the vehicle or anything like that. And there's the front of the Camaro. See the Chevy logo right there. And there's the top. On top of the vehicle. And here's the back of the vehicle. And here's a side-by-side comparison with Soundwave. Top view of them. They're exactly the same, pretty much the same length. And one thing I didn't like about this Bumblebee is when you open up the door, this piece goes with it, the rear, the side rear mirror window, and that piece also goes with it. It would have been nice if that piece is attached to the car and not to the door. And when you first get it out of the box, you would have it like this, where the cannon is on the side there, and the car with the doors open. And finally, here's a look at the instruction. And I find myself transforming this quite easily. Usually I have a lot of trouble with Transformers, transforming them. The instructions usually it's very unclear, but this one actually is very clear, and I was able to transform it once, the first time, with the instruction. I don't transform anything without it because I don't want to break it. I don't want to risk breaking it. So yeah, highly recommend this Bumblebee here from Takara Tomy, and it is MPM3 Bumblebee. So there you go. Thanks for watching.